Good morning, students. A warm welcome to Computer Aided Design course code P20DE102, Week 2, Lecture 3, Classroom Discussion Topic on Curve Representation. I am V. Rakesh, Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, KITS Warangal. Before going to enter this topic, let us see the lecture outcome for this topic. After completion of this lecture, student will be able to learn the following lecture outcome, that is, distinguish between parametric and non-parametric curve representations in CAD/CAM systems. Let us move to the topic, that is curve representation. Here uh, curves can be described mathematically by two different forms. One is non-parametric form, another one is parametric equation form. Here, non-parametric equations are again divided into two types. That is explicit equations. Another one is implicit equations. Let us see the example for explicit non-parametric representation of equations. Let us locate one point in three-dimensional Cartesian form. Let us take that point P of x comma y comma z. Let us take one point, that is P of x comma y comma z. Okay, how to represent this form in non-parametric equation? That is, we can represent non-parametric explicit representation of a general three-dimensional curve is P equal to x y z transpose. This is the actual point P of x comma y z x y z transpose. Now we can represent as non-parametric explicit representation, that is, we can take y equal to f of x. In the place of z, we can write a function, that is z equal g of x f of x g of x transpose. This representation is called as non-parametric explicit form. Here p is the position vector. You can see here this p is called as position vector of point p. Already I have explained that for a non-parametric curve, the coordinates of y and z of a point on the curve are expressed as two separate functions. That means y equal to f of x, that is one function. Another function is z equal to g of x. Here the third coordinate x is the independent variable. This type of curve representation is known as non-parametric explicit form representation. This type of form cannot be used to represent closed curves. That means, for example, circle is the closed curve. We are not used to represent this type of curves. That means closed curves or multi-valued curves. For example, parabolas. The second one is implicit form. If the coordinates x, y and z are related together with two different functions, the type of representation is called as non-parametric implicit representation. Let us see one example. The non-parametric implicit representation can solve this problem and is given by the intersection of two surfaces as let us take first function f of x comma y comma z equals 0. The second function g of x comma y comma z equals 0. Here the coordinates x, y and z are related together by two different functions. This type of representation is called as a non-parametric implicit representation. Here, if a certain value of x is given in the equation, the equation must be solved to find its roots. Its roots means roots for y and z values. If a certain value of x is given in the equation, we can solve to find the roots for y and z values. Let us see the limitations of non-parametric representation of curves. Uh, this type of representation may be inconvenient, and we can solve the problem in a lengthy manner. It is challenging to handle with this scenario analytically and programmatically. If the slope of a curve at a point is vertical or nearly vertical, it could lead to other unclear mathematical condition. The second limitation is most engineering objects contain different shapes that are essentially independent of any coordinate system. An object shape is determined by how its data points relate to one another, not by how these points relate to an arbitrary coordinate system. The last disadvantage is there may be a lot of calculation needed if the curve is to be shown as a set of points or collection of points or straight line segments. These are the few limitations of non-parametric representation. For overcome this for overcome these mentioned difficulties, we are introducing another representation that is called parametric representation. This type of representation of curves allows closed and multiple valued functions. Here closed means example circle, multi-valued function means example parabola, to be easily defined and replace the use of slopes with that of tangent vectors. In the case of commonly used curves such as conics, conics means parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, and cubics. These equations are polynomials rather than equations involving roots. Hence, the parametric form is not only the parametric form is not only more general conditions, but it is also well suited for computations and presentation. In addition, this form has properties that are attractive to CAD/CAM and interactive to environment system. Let us let us see the parametric equation, how to represent the parametric representation of a curve. In parametric form, each point on a curve is expressed as a function of a parameter u. The parameter acts as a local coordinate for points on the curve. The parametric equation for a three-dimensional curve in the space is, let us take one curve. Let us take curve, and you can locate one point on the curve. The point is in the Cartesian space, that is take as p of x equal to x comma y x y j transpose. Here we can represent each parameter in terms of u, x of u, y of u, z of u. This curve limits are u minimum and u maximum. U minimum, the parameter value lies in between u minimum and u max. Otherwise, you can take as the minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 1. This equation implies that you can see here this figure. Let's take one curve and locate one arbitrary point, that is p of x comma y comma z. This curve minimum point is u minimum, or you can take as 0 value, and this u values increases up to u max. The maximum value is 1. This is the position vector p of u. Here P dash of u is the slope or tangent vector, tangent to this curve. Here I, j, k are the direction vectors. Here this equation implies that coordinates of a point on the curve are the components of its position vector. It is a one-to-one mapping from the parametric space, that means Euclidean space even in u values, to Cartesian space, that means E3 in x, y, z values. I will show in the next slide tangent of a curve in the x direction, y direction and z direction. The parametric here this equation facilitates many of the useful related calculations in geometric modeling to check whether a given point lies on the curve or not. This may reduces to finding the corresponding u values and checking whether that values lies in the stated u range, that means u minimum and u max. Here points on the curve can be computed by substituting the proper parametric values in the equation 3. Another important use is geometrical transformation, that means translation, scaling, rotation and reflection can be performed directly on parametric equations. The next advantage is parametric geometry can be easily expressed in terms of vectors and matrices, which enables the use of simple computation techniques to solve complex analytical geometry problems. The last advantage is, in addition, common forms for curves which are extendable to surface can be found. For example, a cubic polynomial and a cubic polynomial for surfaces can describe a three-dimensional curve sufficiently in the space. These are the few advantages of parametric representation of curves in CAD/CAM. Let us see here. Here I am showing parametric representation of a three-dimensional curve. Already explained in the previous slide. Here this is the one point P of x comma y comma z, and P dash of u is the tangent to this curve. Here I am showing the in Cartesian space, that means x direction x dash of u, this tangent in y direction y dash of u, this tangent in this z dash of u is tangent in z direction. To evaluate this slope, here this is the slope. To evaluate the slope of a parametric curve at an arbitrary point, here P of x comma y z is the one arbitrary point. The concept of tangent vector for finding tangent vector, that means P dash of u in the Cartesian space, we know that formula already we have learned in physics or engineering mechanics, that is P dash of u, that means first derivative of the position vector P of u. It gives tangent vector to this curve. P dash of u equal to d by dx of P of u. Now substitute equation 3 into equation 4. Now substituting equation 3 into equation 4, it yields the components of the tangent vector in the parametric space, that is P dash of u equal to x dash y dash z dash transpose. This is the point in this is a tangent vector point. In the Cartesian space we can write as x dash of u, y dash of u, z dash of u transpose. the limits are u minimum less than or equal to u less than or equal to u max. This is the equation number 5, where x dash of u, y dash of u, z dash of u are the first parametric derivatives of the position vector components x of u, y of u and z of u respectively. Now the slopes of the curve are given by the ratios of the components of the tangent vector. That means dy by dx equal to dy by du by dx by du. It gives dy by du means y dash, dx by du gives x dash. Similar manner, ratio of another slope, that is dz by dy equal to g dash by y dash, and dx by dz equal to dx by du by dz by du. It gives x dash by y dash. The tangent vector has the same direction as the tangent to the curve. Hence that name is tangent vector. Now let us calculate magnitude of that vector. Already we know how to calculate tangent vector. Already we are studying engineering physics and engineering mechanics. For calculating magnitude of that tangent vector, determinant of p dash of u equal to under root x dash square plus y dash square plus z dash square. Now let us write the direction cosines of the vector is n cap equal to p dash of u by determinant of p dash of u. It gives nx I cap plus ny j cap plus nz k cap, where n cap is the unit vector. N cap is the unit vector. You can also see in this figure. This is the tangent vector p dash of u. This is the n dash is the unit vector with Cartesian space coordinates, that means nx, ny and nz. The magnitude of the tangent vectors at the two ends of the curve affects its shape and can be used to control it. This is the brief discussion about curve representation. These curves again divided into analytical curves and synthetic curves. Analytical curves means lines, circles, ellipse, parabola, etc. Synthetic curve means Hermite cubic spline, B-spline, B-spline. We will discuss in coming videos. Let us see the lecture outcome for this topic. Having completed the discussion on curve representation, now students should be able to learn the following lecture outcome. That is, distinguish between parametric and non-parametric curves in CAD/CAM systems. For more information, the students are required to refer the following textbook, that is Ibranjeet and Shiva Subramanian RR, CAD/CAM Theory and Practice, 2nd edition, New Delhi, Tata McGraw-Hill 2010. The reading chapter is 4.4. You can also follow the reference book, that is Ibranjeet Mastering CAD/CAM, 1st edition, New Delhi, McGraw-Hill Higher Education 2010. I hope this topic is very clear to everyone. Thank you for watching.